Yo, famous actor Nick Cannon said that having his 12 children, who came from 6 different women, was a miracle and a calling from God. Specifically, Cannon said that he received visions from God, along with voices that told him, "You're going to be a father of many. You're a great influence. Your lineage and offspring are going to do great things." Supposedly, as the biblical story of Abraham. He's also open to having even more children, quote unquote, if God says so. The problem is, all of Abraham's children came from his union with a wife, while most of Nick's children were born out of wedlock. Worse yet, Nick claims to be a Christian, and Christianity is stricter, not only prohibiting sex outside marriage, but limiting men to one wife for life. So, Nick's supernatural claims may either be demonic, his brain could be malfunctioning, or he could just be lying. They're certainly not from the Christian God. Consider the most prolific parent in history, Genghis Khan, circa 1162 to 1227, founder of the Mongol Empire. He perpetrated some of the worst atrocities against those he fought, including massacres of entire civilian and populations in many civilizations. More specifically, his coercion to brutally butcher around 40 million men, women, and children. Animals, too. His soldiers pillaged what they could before burning everything to the ground. His thousands of children came from his approximately 500 wives. Most of these he acquired by kidnapping after murdering their husbands. The women he was dissatisfied with were given to his soldiers to rape, abuse, and then discard. Being the richest man in the world via his empire's massive thievery, he was able to fund this giant family. In our 21st century, he has over 16 million living descendants. The total number could be over a billion. That should explode the notion that being a parent comes from God's blessing. Having Father's Day as a national holiday offends men who are unable to be fathers and offends those born from single mothers where the father disappeared before they even met him. Some even ignorantly wish single men without children a happy Father's Day. Having Mother's Day as a national holiday offends women who are unable to be mothers. Mother's Day doesn't even help mothers, as mothers commit suicide on Mother's Day more frequently than any other type of the day of the year. Actually, children should honor their parents every day of the year. But parents should never give each other accolades just for being parents. That's like complimenting oneself for eating and expelling waste. As sex and reproduction are equally likewise bodily functions that came wholly from nature and which we had no part in earning. Yet if a childless adult says that 2 and 2 make 4 and their parent contradicts them with 2 and 2 make 5, some might be convinced of the parent's conclusion. Some people, if they found out their parent was a serial killer, would rather have an innocent non-parent be punished for the crime instead. This attitude has even poisoned the Christian community. If you are a childless adult and detect such ignorant bias against you, politely confront whoever is being unfair. If they won't change, shun as many biased people as much as possible. Our dignity is manifest destiny. Finally, a list of those who never became parents. Louisa May Alcott, Origen of Alexandria, Hans Christian Andersen, John the Apostle, Louis Armstrong, Plato of Athens, Francis Bacon, John the Baptist, Ludwig van Beethoven, William Blake, Pat Buchanan, Michelangelo, Wayne Arodi, Leo Buscaglia, Lewis Carroll, Nicholas Copernicus, Leonardo da Vinci, Emily Dickinson, Francis Drake, T.S. Eliot, Donatello of Florence, Lou Gehrig, George Friedrich Handel, Thomas Hobbes, J. Edgar Hoover, Edwin Hubble, Andrew Jackson, Immanuel Kant, Helen Keller, Soren Kierkegaard, C.S. Lewis, Meriwether Lewis of Lewis and Clark, John Locke, H.P. Lovecraft, Isaac Newton, Florence Nightingale, Blaise Pascal, Edgar Allan Poe, James K. Polk, Dee Dee, Joey, Johnny, Markey, and Tommy Ramone, all five. Theodore Rousseau, Captain John Smith, founder of Jonestown, Jerome of Stryden, or St. Jerome, K.C. Sunbeam, Patrick Swayze, Nikola Tesla, Henry David Thoreau, Randy Travis, Andy Warhol, George Washington, President George Washington, both Orville and Wilbur Wright, and of course, the Lord Jesus Christ.